looking to upgrade that old dumb TV you got laying around the house, then you're definitely going to want to check out this video so you can find out what the hype is on these QLED TVs. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Q60B QLED 4K Smart TV. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday and ate all the good food and spent quality time with your family. So we're going to jump right into this review, and I've had this TV installed for about 3-4 months. I actually paid about $630, but right now it's on sale for about $550 during the holidays, which I think is a pretty good deal, especially for one of these high-end TVs and a QLED TV. So in the box, of course, you're going to get the feet, the stands, or whatever you want to call them, instructions, and then some wire management clips, and then the remote. The remote is actually pretty cool. I was really impressed that it had a solar panel on the back of it. That kind of sold me on this TV. Of course, the picture quality, which we will go over, but I thought having a remote with a solar panel, I thought that was really cool. And you know, it's rechargeable, it's better for the environment, and why not use the best renewable energy that we have on this planet, the sun? So yeah, I don't know, I thought that's pretty cool. I haven't really seen that before. So hopefully more electronic devices will come out with a solar panel on it. I also really appreciate Samsung providing a power cord that has 90-degree angles on both ends. Thank goodness, because I can't tell you how many times I've installed TVs, you know, especially in those really tight spaces where the power cord pushes out the TV and like you kind of gotta smush it in there. So very appreciative on 90-degree angles on power cords. Now I'm also quickly gonna go over how I installed this TV and hung it up in my bedroom. I purchased the Mounting Dream TV mount. It's on Amazon, and it's one of the highest rated TV mounts that you can get. They have like over 80,000 reviews on it, and it's about 30-40 bucks depending on, you know, the price at that time. I've used these a few times before on hanging other TVs for either myself or my family, and I've never had any issues, and it seems like really solid parts, and they're really easy to put up. So I kind of just stick with this. Now in the box, of course, you're going to get all of the different types of screws. It depends on the type of TV that you have, you know, and the threads and the depth of those threads. So you'll have to kind of play and figure out which screws you'll need. And of course, depending on what you have behind your walls and then what kind of screws you're going to need for those studs. What I do is I kind of do my pre-prep planning. I put some tape down and then I kind of find the studs. Just FYI, you should probably get a stud finder if you can, and if you have one available, or borrow one from a friend. I try to use the finger knocking trick. Sometimes I'm pretty good at it. You know, I've been doing this for quite a while, so I kind of get a little cocky about it, a little overconfident. But yeah, this time it definitely bit me in the butt because I made way too many holes than I should have. But you know what? I got through it. So once I found the studs, you know, I used the nail to kind of, you know, make sure I had it right in the center. And then I kept one nail on one side so I can kind of use it to hang, and then use a level to figure out the height and the depth, and, you know, make some markings. And then of course, if you have some hands available, definitely helps to get an extra set of hands to help you out, hold, you know, it in place while you drill and make your markings or whatever you need to do to get it secure to the wall. As you're hanging up the mount, I definitely recommend that you constantly use a level and keep checking periodically, because it will shift, you know, when you're doing things. So you definitely want to make sure the TV is level. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing a TV that's completely off balance or, you know, off level on one side than the other. And then once you mount it all up, then you'll have to get to the back of the TV and then, you know, set up the brackets that you will secure to the threads. There's usually called a VESA mount, and there's 4 bolts that you'll need to use, and then there's spacers depending on the depth of those threads. You'll just need to kind of play with it and figure out what you need. So once you're confident that you have everything set up properly and it's secured, grab those set of hands that you have available or call somebody and help you lift that TV. You definitely don't want to do this alone, because either you can drop the TV or hurt yourself, and it just makes it way easier when you have one person on each end, because you will have to put the TV at an angle. Once you kind of try to get it on the mount, you have to put in the top first and then drop the bottom in once you're ready. If everything goes well, you should have a TV that's powering on, and then a setup screen. You have 2 options. You can use your smartphone to scan a QR code and then use your phone to complete the setup, or grab the remote controller and then just follow the on-screen instructions. I used my Samsung phone to complete the setup. It just made sense since I'm already kind of embedded into the Samsung ecosystem. It's really quick. I did it under in 5 minutes. And then once everything loads up, you'll get access to the home page where obviously you can get all your streaming services, and there's some free content and then different categories for trending or top shows and movies and so on and so forth. Now, some people do complain about smart TVs that they can be a little bit burdening, especially with ads and kind of throwing things in your face and the homepage is messy. I can completely understand that, but for me, it doesn't really bother me. I already know how to get right to my streaming services. I don't even pay attention to half that stuff. I just go into Netflix or Prime Video and watch what I need to watch. There's also an app store where you can download and try new apps, even Google Meet conferencing. You'll need to purchase a compatible camera in order to utilize the Google Meet video conferencing on the TV. And this is all running on Samsung's Tizen OS. As I navigate through the menu and different settings on the TV, I want to go over the top features. Now, this is of course the quantum dot technology, which is going to provide over 1 billion shades of vibrant colors, which you will definitely see more of later. This has a faster 4K processor with 4K upscaling, dual LED backlit, quantum HDR, a motion accelerator, which will provide the best possible image on high, fast moving objects, an air slim design so it blends into the wall and it has a really thin profile, a multi-view mode which allows you to watch 2 things simultaneously on the TV and even including what's on your smartphone. A gaming hub where you can connect any Bluetooth controller to the TV and then play full AAA titles right from your bedroom or couch. As long as you have a subscription to Xbox Game Pass, Nvidia GeForce Now, or even Amazon Luna. Essentially, you're using the hardware from the TV and then leveraging off those cloud services to play these titles. This is actually the first time they're doing this, and it's only available on the new 2022 versions of these TVs. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing how this works. I would be happy to do a separate video just on that alone. One of the other cool little features is ambient mode, which you can set up directly on the TV or use a smart device, and you can pick photos or if you have a gallery of stuff. And they also have dynamic ones which has sounds and stuff built into it, so it gives you more options and you could definitely set a specific mood that you're looking for. Here's one of those beach themes that I'll let you listen to so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So I forgot to record the back of the TV, but you've seen them all. It's nothing special, so we're just going to breeze right through this. You have 3 HDMI inputs. One of them is eARC. You have 2 USB 2.0 ports. You have your optical input. You have an Ethernet port. You have an RF antenna input. And that's pretty much behind the TV besides the power. Of course, you have your Wi-Fi, but it's only Wi-Fi 5. As I said before, this is an air slim design, so the TV is only an inch thick. It has a very low profile and it's very minimal when you hang it on a wall. Now let's talk about the juicy stuff, that picture quality, which is one of the top reasons why you buy a new TV is because you want the best possible picture. My room gets a lot of sunlight because the sun hits it directly, so on this footage I try to get the brightest possible sun coming in, and I think it still looks really good on the TV. I mean, you don't notice any glare or any discoloration on the TV. It still looks beautiful, but like anything else, when you do walk up to it on a certain angle, you're going to see that glare shining through the windows. I mean, it's impossible. It's just the way it works with electronics. Let's fast forward a little bit so you can really see this TV shine at night. Watching this TV at nighttime is when you're really going to see all these colors pop and really understand what Samsung's promoting here, these millions and billions of shades of color. I mean, almost every color is vivid and just full of life. You could definitely see it in a lot of these action scenes and some of these, superhero movies where there's a lot of bright colors. Some people say, Samsung devices or displays are a little oversaturated. Sometimes they can be, but to me, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Every movie or show I've watched, especially with those high, fast moving objects, there's no blur or any, ghosting or anything weird happening with the image. And with that quantum HDR is where you're going to see those really deep blacks and those bright white colors in all of these different scenes. Everything looks absolutely stunning. I cannot complain, and I will admit that I do prefer Samsung's displays. They are one of the best ones on the market. It's really like watching something at the movie theater. It really is up there on another bar. I'm also going to let you hear what the TV speakers sound like at about 50%. Obviously, if you want some really high quality sound, you're going to have to get a soundbar or a 5.1 or 7-point surround sound system. It's nothing to brag about. It gets the job done, but here it is anyway.
Just breathe. Breathe.
Pretty much all of the things so far about the TV and the things that I liked about it. Now let's talk about some of the things I did run into that kind of frustrate me and I didn't like. First thing is the Wi-Fi controller kind of sucks on this TV. There's times when you have to completely power off the TV by holding the power button, because when you turn off the TV, it kind of just goes to a sleep mode and not actually shutting it off entirely. And then when you turn the TV back on or wake it up from its sleep mode, whatever, it won't connect back to your Wi-Fi network. It's happened several times. They did release a few firmware updates that definitely helped the issue. After the firmware updates, it only happens randomly, maybe once a month, if that. Certainly not the end of the world, but it can be frustrating at times. Of course, the best solution to this is just to plug in an Ethernet cable and have it hardlined. The last thing is the remote, which I hate myself for saying this because I really do love this remote, but it is a slippery, wet noodle at times. It'll slide out of your hands with very little orientation or movement, since this is a shiny plastic surface, so it slides out of your hands all the time. And then on top of that, the buttons don't have like any kind of texture or braille or like maybe a little baby nipple in the middle or something that you can tell which button is which, especially at nighttime when you can't really see and you're trying to figure out what button to press. You kind of just have to remember which one's which, and I have pressed the wrong button at times. And if there was a little bit of texture on the back of the remote and on some of the buttons, then you'll have a easier time holding the remote and being able to press the right button when you want to. So we're about to wrap up this video, and I want to say that if you can get this TV for around $500, I think it's still a great buy. Picture quality is definitely way up there. For a QLED TV, you will not be disappointed in the quality this TV has to offer. If you're interested in this TV, you can find the link in the description below and the TV mount that I used to hang it up. If you enjoyed this video at all, smash that like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and tapping that notification bell. Have a safe and happy holidays, and I will catch you on the next one.